Well, obligatory. What's your first Paradox game question? I think for me it was EU4. No, it wasn't EU4. Now the first grand strategy game for me was EU4, but I've played some Paradox titles before that, and I might need to go through the list because they were as a publisher. Let me see if I can check a quick list of what games they released. Might be easier for me to figure that out. Published games. Let's see if I can get a list of Paradox Interactive games. I think I might. Nope, that's a different game, similar name. So definitely not. I think the first serious game that I played by them was definitely Outer Hearts Safari 3 or EU4. I can't remember exactly. Why would I want to do this? This doesn't really make a lot of sense to me to do, so let's not. Well, let's just establish some KGB. Seems CD Projekt Red have taken a spot Paradox once set in, at least in terms of how they treat their community and customer base. Yeah, I think so. Then again, like CD Projekt Red always has been a bit of an odd company in that regards, but I think Paradox became too much of a commercial success to hold on to their ideals, and I wouldn't say they became greedy. I don't think that's the correct thing to do, but the correct thing to say. I think they just, I don't know, policy shifted. Like the old cadre is moving out and some new people are moving in. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, look at their games being developed. Like, I don't, no disrespect to Johan, which is a fairly, big developer within Paradox, but his last flagship title that he led, which is Imperator Rome, was a fucking shit show. Won't go the EA direction yet. No. But they are growing faster than I think is good for them. I don't need to do that. I don't think. All right, that might be interesting. None of this really helps me with anything, really. I actually bypassed accidentally some other shit. Hey, this gives me some office parks off map. That's probably Berlin Crisis. What the hell? This gives me some Polish stuff. None of this is actually any good for me. This is okay. Not greedy though. Wow, this team, they're famous for DLC policies. Yeah, fair enough. But that's I still think as a company they should really embrace games as a service, because the way they develop their games, it's like the perfect policy for them. Like just pay a monthly subscription for access to your entire catalog. It makes a lot more sense than anything else. Let's we're gonna just pop it. Burma is gonna be the I don't know what they're gonna be named, but they're gonna be the Indo-Chinese Union that we're gonna work with. Let's justify our next war goal. We're gonna feed everything into Burma, basically, just to make that very clear. Justify a war goal against them immediately as well. I don't know, just games as a service would work a lot better with the amount of shit that they are releasing, so. Well, it seems that Vietnam kicked out the Americans. Hey, Vietnam War is over. We still got 2 Vietnams, so that means that I can, kick... Oh, they lost, never mind. Wow, yeah, same thing. Blizzard got too successful for their bridges, and now they are a shithole of a company, apparently. Physical copy or go home. I don't know, was Svirike used to inspiration for Crusader Kings? I think so, yeah. Yeah, EA is getting a lot better. I think EA has been a lot more friendly in the past few years than they have been for ages. I think one of the, for me personally, one of the great examples of that is the fact that they are seriously considering like games as a service. Like, hey, just pay us a monthly fee of fairly insignificant amount for most people, like €10 a month, I think, is something like that, and you get a catalog for everything that they own, like multiplayer games and all. And apparently it works pretty well, right? Because otherwise they wouldn't be able to afford it. But it does show that they are like, of course they have money and they have the egregious microtransactions policies, but all in all they are improving quite a bit. What do I need for this? Oh, satellite communications. Wait, I don't have satellite communications yet? In-game transactions yet? No, but they don't need to, because they sell you a new DLC every 3 months for all the games that they have, so they don't need that. Like, I love the games that they make. I think I love mostly what the community gets capable of doing with them, but you can see it as, in one hand, CK3 is the most open modding platform available. Also has a lot more rules restrictions compared to their previous games, I believe, regarding ownership of stuff. As well as the fact that not everything that you develop for it immediately, you know, fucks with your what do you call it again? Your the checksum, which is a little bit annoying, minor stuff, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I wonder where they will be in a couple of years. EA Access myself. Yeah. EA Access is pretty good. And now they're, you know, EA is also moving back to Steam because they're realizing that it's not about not just about platform. I think everybody gets a lot of these, actually. Maybe I should get some of these things going. It's not that bad. EA still has like atrocious. That's actually not as bad anymore. Apparently, the new game they released, Star Wars Squadrons, like has no microtransaction policies, I believe, or fairly lenient ones. Like it's just cosmetics, which I don't mind. Like imagine that EA becoming the good guy and companies like Paradox going the wrong way. I don't know. We'll have to see in a few years where we're at. I don't know. We'll have to see what ends up being the case. It's just Polish stuff. Nobody cares about Poland. It's just that it gives me office parks, and those are pretty good. So I think that's about all I need to do in a focus tree for now. I don't think I care anything about the rest. Might as well pick up the researches and that's it. And we'll see a Pursuit of Project 2 after Cyberpunk. Yeah. Oh, I'm a big fan of indie games. Yeah, definitely. Like stuff like Stardew Valley, which is just such an odd thing that it happened. The guy just spent 7 years of his life working on it and it just happened to be a massive hit. That's like amazing. I applaud that shit. Never could really truly get into AAA medium. It's hit or miss for me. Some games I do, some games I don't. For example, I love The Witcher 1 and 2, which I wouldn't call... I actually love Witcher 2. I hated Witcher 1, I'll be honest. I love The Witcher 2, which... Is it AAA? I think so. Maybe AA. Star Citizen. Never gonna happen. Just, that's the answer to that. Yeah, so that's what Luger, that's what you're saying. Like, as I got older, it's one of the games I could jump into, play for 3 hours or so, and then work. Like, The Witcher 3 was just too much. It's just, I've tried, like, so many times to get into that game, but because it's just, there's so much to do, I kind of get lost in it. And I think Skyrim was the last type that worked well for me with that. I think it had a lot better flow with it compared to The Witcher. So I like sandbox style games, free ones like Dwarf Fortress. Oh, Dwarf Fortress is like one of the best games ever made, and I am just I can't wait to get my hands on the Steam version that they're releasing. Not because all of a sudden you got a UI and that kind of stuff. It's just, I don't know. I just want to just support those guys with, you know, by buying their product and not just, I don't know, by more support. And it's for a good reason that they're now releasing it like that. Definitely can't wait. Dwarf Fortress is amazing. I might, you know what? I might start doing that on stream. When the Grand Campaign is over, maybe I should do some proper Dwarf Fortress for a while. Because it's been a while since I've done any of that. And, like, that's a genuinely amazing game. And in my opinion, it's still one of the best games ever created. It's just also at the same time the worst plenty game ever related. And I picked up Vicky 2 when I was working night shift, a security job. That's not how that's supposed to work. Never heard of Cataclysm? Yeah, I know. I've heard about Cataclysm. I never got the chance to pick it up. But it's also really amazing. Combat Soviet influence. Why would I want to combat Soviet influence? What the hell? Did somebody start influencing me? No. Oh, the Soviet Union is actually genuinely trying to influence me. Okay, sure. That reminds me, 52 points. Let's spend that. 97, 87 of me. Oh, really? Not even 88? Okay, we need more. Damn. Let's get you 2 free office parks. No, I've heard about Cataclysm. I don't know. Never really got the time to work on it. To play it. The funding here, as I really don't give a shit about. So many games, so little time. For what I've heard, you don't have much free time to game anyway. Yeah, I don't. I work a full-time job. I stream 9 hours a day. I do have a couple of other hobbies. I have a social life somewhere. So yeah, and I would like sleep once in a while. Apparently that's something you need as well. And I tend only to sleep at about 6 hours a night anyway. So yeah, I really need more hours in a day, to be honest. Alright, got some tourism done. I don't think any of this is gonna give me anything directly. I think the focus thing doesn't really work. This just seems to be... increases clergy persecution modifier. That just seems like a bad thing to do. We should get rid of banditry though, but... Doesn't really seem too bad actually anyway. Ah, social life, I remember those. Yeah. It sucks that you can't really see people though, I'll be honest. I thought I was pretty closed off socially until, you know, this shit show started, and then you realize like, I had a lot bigger social life than I knew. Jet interceptors or high-speed interceptors. What's the fucking difference? The TU-14 propaganda. This is brilliant, by the way. If I remember this thing correctly, so the TU-114 was a long-range bomber. I believe this is the story. It might be a different aircraft, but at some point the Russians were like, hey, we've had this new long-range bomber that can just reach across the world with a pretty big bomb load. And they kept showing these propaganda reels, right? Like hundreds of these things. They're flying over constantly. And the US was like, holy shit, this is bad shit. So they updated their aircraft and, you know, went in for a new thing. And they built like thousands of these to counter the Soviet Union. And then later, about 10, 15 years later, they found out that the Soviets only had like 10 of them. They just kept flying them around and around and around and around. Oh, no, wait, no, that's not the same thing. All right, different thing. But apparently they didn't have that many, and the Americans actually built like hundreds of them, just to like because they got scared, which is an amazing story. Because they only had like 10 or 15 of them. I don't know the exact numbers, but yeah. That just shows you one of the big differences with what the Soviet Union was at the time and the Americans. The Soviet Union, in large portions of the Cold War, in the end, was never really capable of keeping up with the Americans. Because they just didn't have the industrial power. Well, in Sweden, we just keep going as usual. Well, fair enough. Let's see. I never thought about how social I was until lockdown and realized that absolutely nothing changed for me. Oh, God. That sounds terrible, man. Hey, I'm glad to have you here. You know, this is also a social event. And for me, it helps, actually. Folk here in Northern Ireland are just a step and a half away from starting up the troubles again out of boredom. Ugh. That doesn't sound too great, to be honest. Yeah, we just went into a new lockdown because apparently people really didn't. Oh, we're gonna crash! Woohoo! Alright, well, I'll pull on the break screen real fast. How much progress did I lose? Doop, 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 doop. Anyway, I can actually, in the meantime, read up what was my first paragraph film play. There's a war. No. Oh, might actually be Knights of Honor. All things considered, I think that's the oldest one on the list. Galactic Civilizations played that, even though they only released, they published one of them. So I could maybe count that as one of the games I played. Let's see. Yeah, it might be Knights of Honor. It might be the first game that I played by Paradox. Mountain Blades, yeah, but it just got published by them. It's not a production in-house thing. Oh, right, they did the King Arthur games. Hearts of Iron, the card game. Really. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Yeah. Knights of Honor. I think that's my first. It wasn't developed by them, but now I'm broadly an introvert. That does make me giggle when folk on the news complain. I've not been able to go to the pub. Wee. Yeah. I think I'm broadly an introvert as well, because I'm like, I miss that shit, but not that much. It's like not enough to break the rules and regulations for it, at least, you know? Alright. Get the game capture, OBS. Do it. I could actually pause the recording while I'm not having any of this. Alright, how much progress did I lose? Not a whole lot. Okay, pretty good. Let's get these guys to move down here. There we go. Let's hope we don't crash again, because that would be pretty bitchy. And we're kind of introverts since I really like outdoor stuffs, but alone. When I was younger, now I'm a hermit. I think it would be best to describe myself as somebody who likes people to be around, but that's about it. Like, I don't really need to be in contact constantly with other people. I'm actually gonna put this on. I think we have. Boost building slots, resource investment. Let's do some continuous land production, I guess. Yeah, I just don't really like people. Love the idea of the internet when it became more available. It means I can talk to people and then disappear for a while and nobody's that bothered. I would be bothered if you disappear for a while. I hate it when... I don't mind if people disappear for a while, but just tell me that you're gone. So, that's the more important bit for me. I don't mind it if people go AFK for a while, so to speak, but I like to know when people are gone. Because then I'm not going to worry. I'm a worry buddy. So, many people have really liked herding animals and pick berries when it was in my parents' house. Wow. Many people have a problem with being alone due to their either not being to enjoy their own company or abandoned issues from childhood. It's a true story, man. I have good memories of looking after sheep when I was younger, but sheep are fucking stupid. Yes, sheep are not the smartest creatures. I come from a dairy farm myself, so I loved be able to just run around in the fields. Sounds so magical. Nah, I mean just, you know, the peace and quiet. But I do miss spending time with friends. I used to play every Thursday evening. I used to play either Age of Sigmar or Warcry, like the miniature tabletop game. I do miss that. Alright, so I need to figure out where that fucking satellite is. Where the hell is my satellite? Get rid of that. It's probably in computer something there somewhere I missed. There we go, satellite communication. I just literally miss a large chunk of research there. The whole agrarian ideal loses its luster when you have to drag the third mangled sheep out of the fucking rocks in 1 week. Yeah, fair enough. A tulip farm. No, dairy farm. I really did miss the smell of animals. Cows don't smell that bad, to be honest. I think we're auto-saving, or are we crashing? I think we just auto-saved. That means we actually go past the previous point. You guys can be a little bit more aggressive for all I care. There we go. I wouldn't say I miss the smell, but I do always feel at home when I do smell it. Like when I smell the farm, or farmland in general. But the cows don't smell that bad. I guess that's the big advantage. Unlike pigs. Like pigs fucking stink. So do sheep actually. Great news. So as I said, we're gonna feed everything into Burma because I just want one big state. I know, it's weird. One big Indo-Chinese state. Hey, Laos, you're not being owned by anybody, are you? Nope. Alright, just for war roll against you. And we just need to do Cambodia, and I think we are pretty much done after that. Everybody cancelling their land lease, bunch of assholes. Pigs taste good. Yes, they do! God damn it, none of us speak English as a first language, and now we're all country bumpkins. Anything else we end up having in common? I don't know. We like Paradox games, so that's another one. Hey! I don't know. I think like-minded people tend to find each other. There was a horse breeder in the village. Sometimes we helped him out. Horses. Those horseflies. Ah, horseflies are fucking vicious. Yeah, you're right. Horses don't smell as bad though. There's a lot of farm animals. Yeah, we actually forgot to research some computer shit, so let's research that. Oh, come on. We will call to arms. Burma. Alright, let's kill them. Yeah, horseflies are brutal, man. If you get stung by those, you get these fucking big spots. God. Anyway, HoI4. There we go, that's the list of I want to join the war! And I only want your equipment. Don't you understand? I know they get some freedom points out of it, but we could actually, if I really would be a bitch about this, we could do some suppressing of subjects. You know what, not bad idea. Let's start suppressing some people. Because that's not what the Soviet Union normally does. Whee! Just get into it. Yeah, alright, we're also on the Chinese border. Let's shrink it like that. There we go. And we got ourselves an AKM. Alright, we got that on the list. We got that on the list. I think we are monthly population, dockyard and factory output a little bit earlier, and it's only 100 something days, so it's not that bad. So let's pick up modern hydrology. Had a plow horse that belonged to the local priest back home. I swear that horse was possessed by some kind of evil spirit. I had a grudge against my mother's fences. At the chase. You're worse than feral dogs. I guess we're all minor history nerds with tendencies of being drawn to technology, aka computers, and we are all of seemingly high brain activity. That might be it, yeah. I guess so. I guess so. Yeah, like-minded people tend to find each other. I guess that's an important philosophy that that still applies. PRC lobbying for UN recognition. Oi, we're not part of the UN. Depends on being high brain activity. Active people, I guess? Or... I justified a war goal here. And then I think there's only this bit remaining here. And that's it. So we got an American enclave here. And here. We might be able to... Who owns this? This is Malaya, which is independent. And these guys are... United States of America. Oh wait, this is the USA. Never mind. Let's not attack that. Paint the map different colors. It's very intellectual activity. Yes. Sure is. Alright. Germany, how many points can I spend on you? Hey, we're at 88. Woo! Just a couple more points, and I still need to get twice their GDP, which we do have by now. Holy crap, my GDP is exploding. Woohoo! It's just, technically, if when you think about it, this is just a little bit more complex method of coloring in a, like a coloring thing. How the fuck is, what's the name for that? Jesus, what is that? It's not a coloring book, but yeah, that. Yeah, I would like to, yeah, it's not a book, it's just like a single sheet of coloring, like a coloring sheet? Coloring paper? I don't know. I used to play Paradox games, or at least look at streams, which would indicate that you have some leniency towards planning stuff out. And if you're watching following the most, then you really are into planning stuff. Wait, I plan shit? No. That's not what's going on. I tend to goof around. Okay, now fair enough. I do have a leniency to overthink stuff and be a bit of a turtle regarding my strategy games. I have a turtleish playstyle. Then again, I think I've been fairly aggressive so far. Yeah. Bullshit, the most unpleasant planned things? Exactly. I work in a spur of the moment mentality. Also, I have a lot of money spared up. Let's actually spend that. Keep investing in space shit. That's a little bit too much, I think. That's just a little bit too much. That's even a little bit too much. I don't really care about any of that just yet. Yep, there we go. That war is never gonna let me down, right? You're really defending yourself from imperialist aggression. The war's fate was partly my blame. Nah. Your total stop playing is due to playing everything in the planning everything in the beginning, but that means that your end game is super aggressive style we're enjoying now. Thank you. Now you've just already planned, so point proven. Fair enough. I really don't like the long, dragged out stuff. So I tend to turtle up and build up to a point where I'm kind of sure where I can win. Same thing what we're doing now. In reality, we're just working on a build-up stage. And I'm taking out smaller targets because that will, in the event, will all feed into like the war with the US, which is gonna happen. Just, you know, don't really know when yet. I also need to start investing that money. As I said before. I think we can invest a little bit more aggressive. Still wondering, like, number of pre-industrial states not being upgraded, just one. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's because it's one state. I need the entire budget to be done in one go. Nope, it's just being fucky. Although that's really annoying, it doesn't show. Remote population says, this person says can increase these costs. I don't know what it is then. Anyway. Total tactics are great at Victoria too, since certain tactics give you huge advantages. I just pick my wars to let infamy burn off before going ham. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, but Victoria too. That game is still, for me, mentally in a stage of I barely know what the hell I'm doing. So it's a bit difficult for me to really get invested in that. Sub-launch. I think it would not be a bad idea to get intercontinental missiles, because that might actually be able to allow us to use the this beautiful little window, which would be fun. So many other streamers are just damn aggressive in their playstyle, just like boring to watch. It's like watching a small child mentally. Yeah, fair point, actually, I think. I don't really tend to watch a lot of other streamers. I used to watch Roomba a lot when he was still on YouTube, because that's how I got introduced to EU4, actually. But his playstyle just, why would I even do this? Because I don't build these. His playstyle just started to bore me a little bit after a while. Oh, I still can't do that one. Might as well start working on this one. Still waiting on a Super Germany Victoria 2 run. Yeah, Roomba maybe also, but Roomba also overthinks everything. Like, he spends like 15 hours, you know, planning out an entire economy, so I like to roleplay as well. Roomba is too min-maxy. Yeah, exactly. Initially I tend to work a little bit more in trying to figure the game out, and after a while I prefer to have some sort of style, like a story-wise thing going. I like the idea of that. Just not, like, doing a world conquest every single time over and over is just... just doesn't work for me, I guess. Just doesn't really appeal, like, at all. Like, it's score-based playing, right? You're not playing for fun, you're playing to I don't know, mechanized airborne. Ooh. Oh, that sounds like fun. I think I did one or two games of Victoria 2, don't remember how I did, since the game thrives on min-maxing. I don't know. I haven't watched anything of him in the past. When did I start playing HoI4? A long time. I think that's the correct answer on this question. Nah, I haven't. All the best to see. Thank you very much. I appreciate the compliments. Really do. I don't like treating games as just, you know, mechanical systems that are doing things. I like to treat my games more as story generators. Wait, Aruma has cut his ties to Paradox? Why would he have done that? Or is the Paradox has cut his ties with everybody else? Not salty. Just like what we talked about before. I think it's weird what's going on. I first graduated to do the same with approach D&D characters now that I think about it, think of what I want to be them. Like fun both from there, think of whatever the nation playing, just want to go from there. Yeah, I'm trying to set a sort of a goal, like not as in, okay, I'm now playing this country, I'm now playing Luxembourg, I am gonna take over the world again. Like that doesn't really interest me. I like, you know, like adjusting for a style. Right now we are being a very friendly big Soviet Union that is successful in wars and tries to create a large Indochina, apparently. Like, I think it would be still more efficiently if I actually had taken over all this territory, but I just like the idea of having this puppet swarm, which I normally actually kind of hate, but... Yeah, that might be the issue, but when I saw... I hit a video on YouTube about him cutting his ties with them, or I should say with him. Anyway, it was about 1 year ago, maybe less. You were more aggressive than Stalin was. We like control the Benelux, want to download the game, started something over. Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. Usually when you come to a point where you've kind of won, so to speak, or reach a state where you're, you know, big enough, I really lose interest most of the time. Hey, we got our lunar probes. For now, I just want to win the space race and put, I think I'm gonna pick this one early. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick both of these a little bit earlier than I would normally do. Yeah. Yeah, but that's fun things. Like in EU4, I always like to play as an OPM in the H arena and form Germany. And then once you form Germany, I'm kind of done with it because it's, you know, you just get to a point where it's like, okay, I'm just huge. I don't really care anymore. Right now, I still have a sizable enemy, which is the USA, and I'm wondering how much we could fuck them over. This is gonna be fun. Alright, Germany, get to at least 99, 89, 89, 89, come on. Oh, 89, there we go. Like, they have, how many? They have 2,500 points, and I need 90% of that. I don't know how this works, but... Tell me, just form Scandinavia, yeah, stuff like that. Just do a thing, like have a story or have a play style that fits with a certain theme. That's what I actually do like about HoI4. Okay, I think I've developed most of my country already. Yeah, I think we're done with investments. Okay. But it says like number of industrial states not being upgraded, 3. Don't know why it's not working sometimes, but hey. Have you Dutch and done Dutch Trade Empire in EU4? Yes, I have. Years ago. And we crashed again. Woo! Alright, so I don't know how much we lost. I don't think too much. Usually I could check out with a research, but that depends how... Yeah, I don't think we've lost a lot. Lost a lot. I am miffed though a little bit that these states are not working properly. That the investments here are not working. Is it because it's lacking in... something that it just needs, or is this just, I don't know, it seems to be like a money sink anyway, so. Victoria to Italy is great with its defensible position to being a long country. Fair enough. I always rather like the Byzantine conquering orient kind of thing. I think after Crusader Kings, Hearts of Iron, Victoria again. Italy is a great place to, yeah, Italy is just a very fun place to play in, as you have the potential for a great naval game, because, you know, you are in the Mediterranean, but also you have you can move out in, you know, in land, so you have a lot of room for play style. Alright, Cambodia, thank you for existing, but it's time for you to stop doing that, so let's get this show on the road. Yep. Invite Indochina. I wish I could rename them. I could probably rename them if I start modifying save files, but Don't really think that really matters a lot. Alright, so we do actually want to justify on you. And let's also justify on this guy. And that's the last two that we need to do. Let's find it hard as Italy. It's hard to use my keyboard when I'm keeping the tips of my fingers held together and gesturing every 5 minutes. Fair enough. Fair enough. So you're basically making Southeast Asian Yugoslavia. Yeah, sort of. I think that's a fairly accurate description of what I'm doing. What? Defeat them another country. There we go. That looks a whole lot better. Oh, so get rid of all of these, please. There we go. And let's see. Be working on that. Let's get some space shit done. This takes another 500 days. Can I do this already? Yeah. Okay. Alright, let's put some here. Let's put a half of that there. There we go. Looks like we've got everything under control. Yoink. Alright, there we go. My favorite game was the New Italy colonial game. Started as Florence, United Italy in 200 years, got all of Americas and trade provinces all over the world, and ended up in some credit rich, not even max level cannons in every province could feed my cities. I don't know, I've never been shot at Southeast Asian before, so I can't really be much like Yugoslavia. Fair enough. That's terrible. How are we looking on production? Oh, I am not producing enough factories. I'm trying to find the states that have the higher grade production speed, but I have no idea where the hell they are. Which bothers me. So 1, 2, and 1, 2. Why don't we just do that? Keep it 4-4 at all times, and then in the meantime we're upping the build speed. We've got a long way to go. Holy shit! We got some stuff queued up, to say the least. Like holy shit. We get rid of the Chengdu dynasty at its peak, feeding Burma most of South Asia. Yeah. Sorta. I just kind of like the idea of having at least a little bit of a single nation here, and we did a lot of splitting up here, but maybe it's time to create more unified stuff. Maybe get it to Malaysia. Malaysia. Maybe form another country like right there. Philippines are still guaranteed, but Papuas. Wait, you're still. But okay, interesting. And Australia is still considered a puppet of the Commonwealth. RF forward control, enforce project and COFOR. Seems like your building industry is going well. Yeah. Yeah. Industry is going pretty well. Also, if you look at our GDP, it's exploding. I think at this rate we might out GDP the USA soon. That's gonna be fun. Alright, we've got a lot of points. Let's see if we can get that final... Oh, I think we didn't get the thing that... Don't crash, there we go. Come on, there we go. A couple more are needed. Technically, I have more than 10 times their stuff, but also these numbers are completely off. They apparently have 7% of their influence, while I have 98 and then we got 1. So these numbers are not really what they're supposed to be. if there's a total of 500 points here, 250 there, 200 there, and so it's 3,000. So I need to go to, oh, okay, yeah, I need to get to 30,000 because of the other influence. Haha, I can't count apparently. All right, yeah, I think I'm gonna just take out Indonesia and Malaysia and form a single country out of that. This is now owned, yeah, that's still like a fucking puppet there. That's a little bit weird. This country also doesn't really have a name, apparently. This country has no name. Okay, we got some home defense research. Let's just keep going. Yeah, defense, planning, motorized mechanizing stuff. Pretty good shit, if you ask me. It's time to salvage your attempts. Laos, People Democratic Republic. Oh, that's... Shum of the War Fence. I keep forgetting, by the way, that we need to upgrade this shit. We're also unlocking a whole lot. Let's actually start spending a significant amount of this. It's 100 days. How many factories does that cost me? Probably quite a lot. Only 8? Oh, that's not that bad. Also, I just noticed I could become a spy master. I think that might be a funny idea, because that just maxes out the amount of spies that I can have. Even though we've got all of them deployed at home. You have a fun story, but... do have a fun story from then, actually. I think it was 98, possibly 99. Was manning a checkpoint with a few American troops, and some chap in his car approached the checkpoint, wanted to break... When it seemed... Oh, Jesus, learn to read. When it seemed to break down just in front of the barrier, maybe 10 meters. The entire crowd is just... When I see over what's up, and he opens the bottom of his car, he starts having a poke. So I give him a hand, and he starts hearing some weird pinging noises. And yes, it is a black site, this. Oh, we got a war. There we go. There we go. I look up, there's 3 small holes in the lifted bonnet, and the chap's gone, and I hear and I hear the Americans I was with screaming at me to get back to the checkpoint. Well, that sounded like you might just got shot at. Been shot at 5 times by a Serb sniper and I didn't notice. Holy shit. Stop crashing. Yeah, Strasbourg is German. And hello, Azuruk. This is not doable. The game is chunking and it's crashing. Yeah, what we're gonna do now, I think I need something in HoI4. Problem is, we just had a patch.